Greetings everyone. This is our Zoo Caretaking System. The main program class is starting point of the Zoo Caretaking System and controls the program menu, user input, and overall flow. Inside main, a buffer reader is created to read console input, and a sanctuary object is initialized to store and manage animals. The program uses do while to repeatedly display the menu and continue running until the user selects the exit option. The menu options are printed to the screen, and the user choices read and validate using a try-catch block to prevent invalid input number. Case 1. Register animals. When the user selects option 1, the program prompt for the animal ID, species, endangered status, and health, then creates a new animal object and adds it to the sanctuary. Case 2. Display all animals. Option 2 calls the display animals method from the sanctuary, which brings the details of every stored animal. Case 3. Update health. Option 3 as per animal ID retrieves the animal using get animals and it bounds prompt for the new health and status and updates the animal health. Case 4. Apply event. Option 4 as per animal ID lists possible events and then applies the selected event during the animal using apply events which adjusts its conservation value.
Now on to case 5. This is the fifth option of the menu. Now this option asks for an animal ID, then retrieves the animal from the sanctuary and marks it as inactive using the remove method from the animal class, indicating the animal has been transferred or released. Now, case 6. Now this is the sixth option of the menu. Now, this option calls the total value method from the sanctuary class. Now, these options calculate the sum of conservation values for all active animals and prints the total value. Now, on to case 7. Now, this is the seventh option of the menu. This calls the highest animals method from the sanctuary class. Now, this option is to find the active animal with the highest conservation value and prints its species and value or indicates if there are no active animals. Now, on to case 8. This is just an exit option. Now, if you pick 8, you print an exit message and ends the loop, causing the program to terminate. Now, there is also the default. If you a number that goes 9 or above or a letter, it will just print the line on what's lay on the default. In summary, the main program acts as the control center of the zoo caretaking system, handling all user interactions and operations. It creates and manages through the animal class and it relies on the sanctuary class to store, search, display, and calculate values for those animals. Together, these classes form a complete system that allows users to register, manage, and evaluate animals in a sanctuary environment. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, welcome to our program Animal Class. The animal class represents each individual animal to the sanctuary, storing its unique detail and calculating its conservation value. It contains private variable for the animal ID, species, endangered status, health, value, and whatever it is current active in the sanctuary. The default constructor initially the animal with empty or default value and set active to false, meaning the animal is not currently considered in the system. The main constructor accepts ID, species, endangered status, and health set active to true and calls compute value open parenthesis to calculate the animal conservation value based on its attributes.
Next, we created getter methods like getID,
get species, get value, and is active that allow other classes to access the animal's information safely. Next, we created a method, the compute value method, which determines the animal's value starting with 100 if endangered or 50 if not. It then adds or subtracts points based on health status, such as plus 30 for excellent or negative 10 for critical. Up next, we created a method, the update health method, that updates the animal's health status and recalculate its values by calling the compute value method again.
Next method is apply event. The apply event method adjusts the animal value based on different events such as treatment, success, or habitat improvement, which can increase or decrease the value. Then, next method is display method. The display method prints the animal details only if is active. Otherwise, if status the animal has been transferred or released. Then, next is remove method. The remove method sets the animal's active status to false, including it is being transferred or it's no longer part of the sanctuary.
So next we have the sanctuary class. So in the sanctuary class, in order to start things off, we must first import the array list. So do the syntax import java.util.arraylist. This imports the array list to store multiple objects. Next is the public class sanctuary. So this defines the sanctuary class. Next is private array list animal list. So this is the array list syntax where it declares a private list that holds the animal objects. Next is public sanctuary with no parameters. This is just a constructor of the class to provide default values. Next is list equals new array list. This initializes an empty animal list. Next is public void add animal. This is the method that is used to add animal. Next is list.add animal. This just inserts or uses the add method. Next is public animal get animal string ID. This is the method to get the animal that is inputted by the user. Next is for animal list. This is just a for loop, and this loops through the code in order to know how many animals did the user inputted. Next is an if condition, where the condition is animal that get ID that equals ID. This checks the current animal ID if it matches the given ID. Next is public double total value. So this just computes the total value of the animals. And then double t equals 0. This is just to initialize it. And then next is if animal is active. This just ensures that, or this is just to know if an animal is active or not. Next is t plus equals animal dot get value. This just adds the value of each animal to the total. Next is public animal highest animal. This just finds the highest value animal in the class. Next is animal that get value less than highest that get value. So this just compares the lowest animal value to the highest animal value. The next is public void display animals. So this is the method to display the inputted animals to the main class. And that is all.